Ah, me friends, gather around, fill your mugs, and let me spin you a tale of unlike any you have ever heard. A tale of destiny, of courage, and of worlds far beyond your imagining. Aye, this is a story of 6 unwitting souls plucked from the mundane and thrust into the grand tapestry of fate. They are known only by the whispered rumour as the children of the Crescent Moon, and their journey began in a manner most peculiar. Picture, if you will, a grand hall, much larger than this one, but filled not with the rowdy cheer of tavern goers, but of the droll, droning speeches of a graduation ceremony. Rows of young men and women sat stiff in their gowns, fidgeting and restless, minds wandering from the solemn proceedings. Among them, 6 individuals sat unaware of what awaited them, each in their own ceremony at differing times. As the speaker droned on, their eyelids grew heavy, and one by one they drifted into an uneasy slumber. But their dreams were no peaceful escape. Nay, they were plagued by visions of terror. A city aflame, a great shadowy beast whose eyes burned violet, its wings scattering smoke and despair. And on its back another figure, towering and menacing, wielding flames and power unimaginable. At their feet lay a wounded figure, pleading silently for help, their yellow eyes glowing with desperation. The whispers of the wounded soul reached through the dreams of these 6, repeating a simple, haunting plea. Help us. Heed our call. As they awoke, hearts pounding, eyes darting around. But the world did not wait for them to collect their wits. A final, irresistible pull dragged them back into the vision. A dream so vivid it consumed them entirely. Witnesses at the ceremony swear they vanished into thin air, leaving only empty chairs and discarded gowns. Where did they go, you ask? Aye, this is where their story truly begins. They awoke not in their familiar world, but in a ruin older than memory, its walls crumbling under the weight of eons. The air reeked of sulphur, and the sky above was alien. A tapestry of stars unrecognizable, watched over by moons of strange hues. Around them lay bodies, beings with rocky skin and glowing yellow eyes, some charred, others clawed, all frozen in expressions of fear. One figure, clinging to life, reached out with trembling hands towards one of the younger members of the party, offering a bundle sealed in green wax. Their voice, a whisper not heard by ears, but in the mind, begged, "Speak with the sapphire incarnate. Bear this burden with heart, for all depends on it." This also is another mystery, because the remaining 5 members of the party swear they saw their younger comrade react as if something had hit him, yet they showed no other indication that they had been struck. Even as they took the bundle, the creature's strength failed, and they passed into the void, leaving our heroes with more questions than answers. They even briefly examined that scroll, breaking its wax seal and trying to puzzle through why it was blank. They also took the time to introduce themselves to each other and learned they were of differing ages, from differing times, but all from within the same region on a planet called Earth. I learned from the fellows that apparently Earth has something of an educational structure, and 2 of these members were graduating from something called a high school, while the rest were graduating from things called colleges or universities. As I understand it, you can think of these schools similar to our guilds, where students are taught their trades, but it seems it's a bit more formal in the regions that they come from. And before things could have gotten hairy, they took the time to look around the room, managing to find some packs laden with supplies. But before they could examine their contents, they heard a sound. Something large was moving and rustling about. But their worries of meeting that creature were short-lived, as a strange orb of energy in the center of the room flared to life, and before they could react, its sapphire light engulfed them, dragging them through a rift into a place of dreams made real. When they awoke again, they found themselves in the Preserve of the Ancestors, a lush, otherworldly sanctuary within the Radiant Citadel, a fabled bastion of peace within the ethereal plane. There, they encountered an incarnate, a being of immense wisdom and beauty, formed floating purple gemstones in the shape of a tiger. Its voice rumbled in their minds, soothing, yet powerful. Fear not, thou art safe in these lands. Lesser men or women would have wondered at the monetary value of such a creature, but the members of our tale must have had better training because they did not react that way. They shrugged off the thought that the creature made of gemstones was somehow communicating with them, and simply said that they were the ones that had lost their own minds or were somehow still in a dream. However, the incarnate explained much, yet still left much unanswered, but they did learn that the Citadel was a haven for lost or troubled civilizations, and that each incarnate bore the collective spirit of its people. But sadly, the fate of the Sapphire Incarnate that they sought was actually nothing more than a memorial filled with shattered and burnt sapphires. A somber reminder of something that was lost in the past. And the scroll they carried was even a mystery unto the Incarnates, protected by magic far beyond their understanding. And of Earth, the world from which they came, the Incarnates and their people knew nothing. Soon, however, they were brought before Shoal, a woman of great authority and grace who listened intently to their tale. Though skeptical, she saw truth in their words and compassion in their hearts. She promised aid, but warned that their task was far, far from simple. For the Council of the Radiant Citadel would need to be convinced to grant them the resources to unravel the mysteries of the scroll, the shadowy dragon, and their own displacement across space and time. And so, the six now found themselves standing before the Council of Men, Women, and Incarnates. Their words, those nervous at first, grew in strength and conviction. They spoke of duty, of the plea for help that had drawn them there, and of the potential danger that loomed should they fail. Their passion moved the members of the council, and the request was thus granted. But this was only the beginning, my friends. Beyond the walls of the Citadel lies a vast cosmos filled with peril and wonder, and the answers they seek are scattered across its many worlds. Their journey will test their courage, their wits, and their very sense of self. But you must ask, who are the children of the Crescent Moon? What is the curse of fate that binds them? And what lies in wait on the path ahead? Those are questions I too ask myself. But the night is still young, and there are many more chapters to tell. So raise your mugs, for this tale is far from over, and the adventures of the children of the Crescent Moon have only just begun.